This is the original BEIS Weekender bag. It's iconic. It really made BEIS who they are today, and it quickly became one of the most popular bags to travel with, although it did end up having quite a few complaints. Last month, BEIS launched their redesign of this Weekender bag and 7 other of their popular items. And I absolutely love that BEIS is listening to its customers. So immediately when this bag launched, Brian and I went out and bought the old Weekender and the new Weekender because we were going on a weekend trip to New York City, and because there were 2 of us and 2 bags, we decided to test them for you. So now that we're home, I can answer the question on everybody's mind. Did BEIS actually make the Weekender better? In this video, I am going to go over all of the changes that they made to the bag. So I'm also going to do a packing example to see how packing differs. And then I want to tell you how we felt after traveling with them. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you my opinion and final thoughts. It will hopefully help you decide if the redesigned bag is something that you need, whether you are replacing the old Weekender or whether you don't have a Weekender at all. Quick disclaimer, this video is not sponsored by BEIS whatsoever. I went out and spent my own money to buy both the old Weekender and the new Weekender from Nordstrom. I wanted to see if the redesign was really going to be worth my money or not. And one quick note, today I am talking about the full-size Weekender. The Weekender is actually a carry-on size. It's meant to go in the overhead bin as opposed to a personal item that is meant to go under the seat in front of you. And if you are interested in the same bag but a personal item version, BEIS does have the mini Weekender, which they also redesigned. So let's meet the famous bag. So again, this is the original Weekender bag. If you've ever been to an airport since 2018, chances are you have seen somebody carrying this bag. And if you haven't seen this one, chances are you have seen one of the many bags that tried to copy it. Here's the thing, the Weekender bag became so popular so quickly. When it launched, it was affordable, it was really thoughtfully organized, and it didn't really look like your typical rugged duffel that was essentially just one big black hole to pack all your stuff in. Instead, it gave you 2 dedicated packing areas. This area up here to pack all of your clothes in, and then you had this bottom compartment where you could easily separate things like shoes or toiletry bag. Today, this type of organization is pretty common, but when BEIS introduced it, it really helped set the standard, which is how it became the it bag of the travel world. But it wasn't perfect. The more people started traveling with it regularly, the more complaints kept coming up. They wanted better organization. Some people found it a little bit too structured on the top, therefore making it more difficult to pack. And probably the biggest complaint of all, when it was fully packed, it was very uncomfortable to carry. So I would like to introduce to you the newly designed Weekender bag. It's $118 and it comes in 5 colors. This is the color maple, but it also comes in black, olive, atlas pink, and beige. So now let's run through all of the changes that BEIS made when they redesigned the Weekender bag. So first up, the bag is technically lighter in weight. According to the website, the old bag was 3.9 pounds and the new bag is 3.5 pounds. But of course, I weighed them myself. And the old bag is 3.7 pounds and the new bag is 3.6, and that includes the crossbody strap. They have also made changes to the fabric on the outside. It's always been a recycled poly canvas, but now the new bag has a coating on top of it, and I would assume it's going to be a little bit easier to keep clean. They also have redesigned the bottom compartment. The barrier between the 2 compartments now can actually unzip and be rolled up and snapped into place, so that if you don't want separation between the 2 compartments and you just want one big area to pack in, you can do that. There is also a lot better interior organization. The old bag has 2 small slip pockets and 1 large zippered pocket, whereas the new bag has 2 larger elastic slip pockets, and it still has the zippered pocket, but it is just a little bit smaller. The new bag also has a water bottle pocket, which can hold up to a 32-ounce water bottle. And both bags do have a key leash, but on the new bag, the key leash actually stretches, giving you an extra 7 inches to easily grab your keys. Both bags do have a laptop sleeve that can hold up to a 16-inch laptop. They are both the exact same size, but the old bag has a Velcro closure and the new bag has a magnetic closure. I also feel like the fabric of the interior is a lot nicer on the new bag versus the old bag. Now, of course, both bags have a trolley sleeve. That is one of the big things that made this bag so popular when it was first launched. On the new bag, the trolley sleeve is a lot larger, making it much easier to slip over just about any handle of any carry-on bag that you may own. And of course, there is a zipper underneath both trolley sleeves so that you can zip it up and it can become a pocket. They also made the exterior pocket on the front of the bag a lot bigger as well. BEIS also redesigned the zippers on this bag. So on the old bag, BEIS only gave you 1 zipper to open up the top of the bag. And on the bottom, you had 2 zippers. However, on the new bag, you do have 2 zippers to open up the top. And the best thing about those zippers is that it has a locking function. One of the zipper pulls can connect to the other zipper pull, giving it a bit of an anti-theft function. However, on the bottom of the bag, you now only have 1 zipper pull instead of 2. Now, both bags, of course, have a crossbody strap so that you can carry it multiple different ways. They are both the same length and they are both adjustable. Now, on the old bag, the crossbody strap does have a movable padding so that wherever your shoulder hits that strap, that's where you can have that extra comfort. And on the new bag, they designed the padding so that it's a lot longer, therefore giving you padding on your shoulder no matter which way you're carrying the bag. Also, the handles are longer on the newer bag, and they are a different material. The old bag has more of that faux leather that you can find featured throughout the bag, and the new bag has more of that coated canvas that the bag is made out of. I do feel like the handles on the old one are a little bit more squishier versus the new one is a little bit harder. And last but not least, my favorite change of the whole bag, the top opening. The old bag had a metal frame. Some people call it a doctor's bag opening, which seemed like a pretty good feature. However, that left you with a lot less packing space towards the top because once you zipped it, it came to a point. Now, on the new bag, it's a lot softer. There's no metal frame whatsoever. It's still a wonderful wide opening, but I feel like it's even easier to pack. And I also need to mention that the new bag does have a feature where the top snaps in to be short, or you can unsnap it and carry it where it's a lot taller. So those are the changes that BEIS made to the Weekender bag. And I would say that they really addressed all of the complaints. However, let's see how those new changes really translate when packing both of these bags. It's time for the packing challenge. So first, I'm going to pack the original Weekender bag, and then I am going to take everything out of here and transfer it into the new Weekender bag. Can this one hold more? Does it hold less? Do I have to move things around? And if this packing example goes the same way as it did when I was packing in New York, you might be surprised. Okay, so this is all the stuff I packed to go to New York City for the weekend. So let's start by opening that bottom compartment. Tripod, flat iron, toiletry bag, pair of shoes, jewelry, and sunglasses. This is how it all fits. Let's go ahead and zip it up and move on to packing the top. Again, there's that wide opening. Now, I'm not going to be using packing cubes. I did not use packing cubes when I went to New York. I also feel like the BEIS packing cubes aren't perfect with the size of the Weekender, so we're just going to roll and fold. And it does still fit really well. So we will start with these 2 little jackets. This is a little stack of a dress, 3 t-shirts and a pair of shorts. Fits perfectly right there. And then I have a dress and 2 different maxi skirts. Put those right on top. 2 pairs of underwear. Let's secure my laptop. Slip that in, Velcro. And then I have a few electronics. I have a portable charger, an Epica universal charger, and an extra cord. And we are going to put these in some of the pockets in the inside. So I'm gonna put the portable charger in one of the slip pockets, but then I'll put the Epica adapter in the zippered pocket and the extra cord. Now, from the top, it looks like there's a ton of space left, right? And we're still not done packing it. I also have this purse, and we're just going to lay that flat on top. Now remember that this bag has that frame that has to then close and still zip. This will definitely close and still zip, but there's not a lot of room left if I buy some things. Now, of course, I'm curious. Let's go ahead and weigh the bag fully packed. Oh my God! 22.7 pounds. And you can see that I didn't use this front pocket. Honestly, it's pretty small, and when the bag is fully packed, it's pretty slim, making things pretty difficult to get in and out. Plus, I did have a small purse as my little personal item, so anything like my wallet, my phone, or my passport, I had in there instead. Now I'm going to take everything out of this original BEIS Weekender and move it into the newer BEIS Weekender. So what's interesting is that when I am lining up both of these bags, the bottom compartment of the new Weekender is actually smaller. Can you guys see this? I mean, we have a couple of inches here. So let's transfer everything over and see how it goes. Tripod and flat iron, toiletry bag, shoes. And this is where it could get interesting. Let's move over the jewelry, and then there's not as much space for the sunglasses. Thankfully, they fit in there fairly well. So let's start with those 2 jackets right there on the bottom. And then we have that stack of clothes that are going to go right behind it. And that's actually kind of where that water bottle pocket is, but I'm not going to be traveling with a water bottle. And honestly, when I did get a water at the airport, I put it on the outside in the big pocket. Okay, 1 dress and 2 skirts. And already it seems like we have a ton more space. But remember that the new Weekender actually is bigger, and then you roll it down. We also have the 2 pieces of underwear. Let's put the portable charger in one of the new slip pockets. And honestly, we can put the Epica charger and the extra cord in the other slip pocket because it's a lot bigger, and then we don't need to use that back zippered pocket at all. My laptop, and I'm sorry, but that fits in there so much better. And then we have the other purse. Zip it up, and then we're going to take these straps and snap them in, giving us more of a structured shape. So this definitely holds more, in my opinion, and it definitely packed a lot easier as well. Let's weigh it again and see how it differs. Still heavy, that's for sure. 22.7. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember how much the other one weighed. But now, here was the problem that I ended up facing. All of my stuff fit in the old bag, all of my stuff fit in the new bag, but I came home with more stuff than I left with. I got this coat, I got a Les Miserables t-shirt because I went to the musical, and I was gifted some stuff from some amazing designers that I met up with. So I still had to fit all of this stuff into one of these bags. Let's see if all of this can fit in the new designed Weekender. So let's open up that bottom compartment because some of this stuff is pretty flat. These I want to keep in their original bags. I might do an unboxing. So we're gonna put that here and those here. And I also have this bag that some of the other stuff came in. Zip it. Now this t-shirt should be able to easily fit in the stack of all the other shirts. And then this jacket can fit right on top. Squish it all down. And I ended up wearing this little blanket scarf on the plane. That really worked out. And it's safe to say if I had to pack all of that extra stuff into the original Weekender, it definitely wouldn't have fit because of that frame on the top. Okay, honestly, the packing test turned out exactly the way it did in New York. I honestly can say that the redesign does hold a lot more. But let's keep in mind that the more you pack, say it with me, the heavier the bag is. And that's what leads me to our real world travel experience with both of these bags. So let me tell you, we happened to pick the best travel scenario to test both of these bags. Because not only did we just carry these through 2 different airports, but we carried them from the parking garage to the airport through security, walked with them all the way to our gate, put them into the overhead bin, carried them through a different airport upon landing, took them on a bus and then a subway, and then walked 9 blocks to our hotel, and then did it all again on the way home. If you happened to be in Manhattan last weekend and saw 2 people that were totally arguing while holding weekender bags on the street, it was Brian and I. We were so done carrying these bags. In fact, I actually looked up how much an Uber would be so that I wouldn't have to carry it all the way to the airport. But we were dedicated to this video. We did it. So here are my thoughts after traveling with these bags simultaneously. Does the redesigned Weekender have better features than the old one? Absolutely. Hands down, yes. Does it hold more? Yes. We put that to the test. Is it lighter? It says it is, but not really. But since the biggest complaint of this bag always was comfort, is the new Weekender more comfortable than the old one? And the answer, according to Brian and myself, is no, not at all. And honestly, that's not BEIS's fault. BEIS did everything they could to make this bag more comfortable. The reality is, I don't care if that shoulder strap or crossbody strap is made out of a cloud from the sky. If your bag is fully packed, it's not going to be comfortable on your one shoulder. You're still carrying a fully packed duffel bag. BEIS can improve the bag, but they can't change physics. We found ourselves constantly readjusting and changing the way we were carrying it. We would carry it like this, and like this, and like this, and even like this. Anything to give our shoulders a break. I didn't really feel like any of the handles or the crossbody strap were more comfortable than the other. Now, as somebody that has reviewed hundreds of bags on this channel and has traveled to 120 countries and all 7 continents, I genuinely appreciate a really well thought out design. And BEIS definitely deserves some credit here. They really did make some incredible improvements to the Weekender bag. But I've also learned over the years that a well-designed bag is only half of the equation, because you can have the most beautifully designed bag to travel with in the world, but if you're going to be uncomfortable and possibly miserable carrying that bag, that's going to add a lot more stress to your travel day and to your body. So I have a verdict. You want to know if you should buy the new Weekender. And I think that the answer to this question comes down to 2 different things: how you travel and whether or not you already own the Weekender bag. If you already own the original Weekender and you genuinely love traveling with it but wish it had more improvements, then yes, buying the newly designed Weekender bag is such a good decision. But if you already own the original Weekender and it wasn't always the bag that you grabbed when you were packing for a trip, mainly because of the weight, then I'm going to say go ahead and skip the redesign, because the weight and the comfort did not get any better. And if you have never owned a Weekender before and you were wondering, should I spend the $118 on this bag? The answer is, how do you travel? If you are somebody that is going on a road trip or just driving to, your sister's house for the weekend, then I think that this bag is wonderful. But if you don't own this bag and your type of trips involve really long walks through airport terminals and using public transportation, therefore really having that journey from point A to point B, I don't think this bag is going to be very comfortable. Now, if that is your type of travel and you really like the design of the Weekender bag, may I suggest that you get the new mini Weekender. That one is personal item sized, so you can use that bag, put it on top of your carry-on, and therefore your suitcase will do the heavy lifting for you. Roll it through the terminal with ease. So now that this video is done and you've seen all of the comparisons and have heard my travel experience with the bag, please let me know down in the comments what your opinions are. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please hit subscribe. All this month we are doing comparisons. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, travel often and pack well, and safe travels. I will see you next weekend in the next video. Bye!